Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, as we continue with our division by two-digit divisors, which is really as far as we have to go in my class this year. I may teach you seven-digit divisors, but right now we're just using two. The first thing I've always told you to do is write down all the multiples. So what did I do? I did that for you, because that's the kind of guy I am. I'm just that nice guy who wants to make your life that much easier. So now I'm going to go ahead and start solving the problem. I'm going to ask myself, does 63 go into 1?
No.
Myself says no. I'm going to ask myself, does 63 go into 15? Myself says
No.
I'm going to ask myself, does 63 go into 157?
Yes.
Myself says yes. That means my quotient is going to be a two-digit number. I don't know if it has remainders or not, but it's going to have a two-digit number. So now I'm taking it into 157. So I look at my multiples of 63. And I want to get as close to 157 as I can possibly get without going over. So I have 63, 126, 189. Oh, 252 is too big. 189 is too big. Oh, it looks like 2 works, because that's as close as I can get without going over. So my 2 is going to go directly above the 7, because I'm taking it into 157. Then I go back at those multiples that your wonderful teacher already provided, and I see that 63 times 2 is 126. Then I go back to 3rd grade, where I learned to subtract, and we have, let's see, the 1, and then this is 3... And it looks like I have 31 when I subtract. And as long as after I subtract, it is less than my divisor, it's all good. Now, I bring down my next number. And since the next number I'm putting in is above the 5, and I can tell that because I just brought the 5 down. So I'm taking 63 into 315. I go and I look at my multiples of 63. I need to get as close to 315 as I can possibly get. 63, 126, 189, 252, 300. Oh boy!
Perfect.
I got exactly there. And that's times 5. And that makes it 315. I have nothing else to bring down. I got a 0 here at the end. That means I don't have a remainder. But wait. Nick says, I want to make sure my answer is right. I hate turning in problems and seeing my answer be wrong. But I don't want to redo the division because I might just make the same mistake. Nick said, so what can I do, Mr. McMurdo? I told Nick, you can do the inverse operation. Inverse operation for division is multiplication. And what I do is I multiply 25 times 63. So I multiply my quotient by my divisor. And if I had a numerator, I would add that, but I don't. I mean, a remainder, I would add that, but I don't. Who do you need?
Have his device.
Do you have your computer, Alex?
Yeah.
He's got the box. Is it in there? Yeah, it sounds like it's in there. All right, so now I have to do a two-digit factor by a two-digit factor. I'm multiplying my ones digit first. 3 times 5 is 15. So far, so good. My dividend has a 5 in the ones place. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. I'm done with my ones place, which means I'm moving on to my tens place, which means that's why that 0 goes there. So that I can start my next number in my tens place. 6 times 5 is 30. That means I have 30 tens, or 3 hundreds and 0 tens, because nobody wants to carry around 30 tens. That's just ridiculous. When you sat down, it would hurt. Be like George Costanza. Now I multiply 6 times 2 and I get plus 3 more.
15.
Oh, sorry. Duh. And then I add these two together. And I get exactly 1,575, which is my dividend. So Nick, you are correct. Thank you, Nick. You're a wonderful young man, Nick. So we've done this problem. But look, there's more. Now we have 1,152 divided by 13. Now some strange looking man came up here and put your multiples of 13 up here already. I don't know who it was. It was me that put the multiples up there. So now I go through and I ask myself, self, does 13 go into 1? No, myself says no. I ask myself, self, does 13 go into 11? No, because 11 is smaller than 13. I ask myself, self, does 13 go into 115? That means my quotient should be a 2-digit number. And I'm taking 13 into 152, or sorry, 115. 13 into 115. So my last digit that I'm taking it into is the 5. That's why the number goes directly above the 5. I go over here to my handy-dandy multiples. And I want to get as close to 115 as I can. 13, 26, 39, 52, 65, 78, 91, 104, 107. Oh, 117 is too big. So let's go with 8. 13 times 8 is 104. And then I subtract 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. And I bring down my next number. And since I have my 2 there, my next number in my quotient is going to go directly above the 2. 13 into 112. I don't have my 13s memorized. You don't? No, I don't. Well, you should write down the multiples. I already did. Now we want to get as close to 112 as we can without going over. Oh, 13 times 8 is 104. 13 times 8 is 104. Now I'm already going to guess that I'm going to have a remainder because I have nothing else to bring down. And this isn't the same number, so when I subtract, I'm going to get something here. 12 is 8. Right? Remainder's 8.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I didn't borrow because I know I can. 12 minus 4 is.
I got 12. Same.
I got 8. 88.
I got 88.
I got 88. Remainder 8.
All right, so we have 88, remainder 8, according to my mathematic abilities. I could be wrong.
No.
Let me know, America. Now, because I just got a text from Kate, Kate wants me to check the answer.
Yes.
Kate, how do I check the answer? Send.
You can multiply it.
Beep, beep, beep. Oh, I can multiply it, Kate says. So I'm going to multiply my quotient times my divisor. So I have 88 times 13. 3 times 8 is 24. 4, 2, 8 times 3 is 24. Plus 2 is 26. Put a 0, 8, 8. Boom, add it. 4, 14. Carry the 1, 10, 11. Oh, it doesn't work.
See, it's 12.
Wait,
It's not
what?
12. Yes, it is. It's 12.
Why doesn't it work?
It's 88 remainder.
I have to add my remainder
Oh.
in.
What?
Oh, I was right. Thank you, Mr. McMurdo.
See, it's 88 remainder 8.
You have to add your remainder in after you multiply. I'll look at it and help you figure out where you messed up.
The answer is the same.
I got it.
Yes, so my answer, when I checked it, is the same as my dividend.
So it's 88 remainder 8.
That is correct. Yes, ma'am.
The reason why I literally got it wrong is because she subtracted wrong. No, not.
Boom! Shakalaka! Peace out. God bless. Love you. Do something kind today. Save the bees.